Welcome back to The Truth Travels. Today, we're exploring a fascinating story that affects millions of people in South Korea. Something that might sound simple, how age is counted, is about to change in a big way. South Korea is shifting from its traditional age system to the international age system, and this change is more than just numbers. It impacts birthdays, legal documents, social norms, and even cultural practices that have existed for centuries. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how this system worked, why it is changing, and what it means for everyday life in South Korea. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to The Truth Travels, hit that like button, and leave a comment below to share your thoughts. Let's get started. For centuries, South Korea has had a unique way of counting age. Unlike most countries around the world, where a person's age is counted from their birth date, South Koreans were considered 1 year old the moment they were born. Then, instead of gaining a year on their birthday, everyone added a year to their age on January 1st, no matter when they were actually born. This meant that a baby born on December 31st would technically be 2 years old the very next day. While this system has deep cultural roots and is closely tied to traditions and social hierarchy, it often caused confusion, especially in legal, medical, and international contexts. The traditional system is intertwined with Korean culture in ways many people might not immediately realize. For instance, age determines the use of language and honorifics. Younger people must speak respectfully to older individuals, and this respect is based on age differences. The system also influences social behaviors, such as how people address each other, interact in professional settings, and even celebrate certain milestones. One of the most famous traditions is eating tteokguk, or rice cake soup, on New Year's Day. Each year, Koreans eat this soup as a symbolic way to gain a year in age. This simple dish carries centuries of cultural meaning, connecting generations through a shared ritual. However, the traditional system, while culturally rich, has increasingly conflicted with the modern world. With globalization, international travel, and modern legal systems, having multiple ways to count age created confusion. For instance, passports, visas, and international documents require a clear and standardized age system. Insurance policies, medical checkups, school enrollments, and even government services face difficulties because age could be interpreted in more than one way. To simplify these issues and align with global standards, South Korea decided it was time for a change. On June 28, 2023, the South Korean government officially adopted the international age system. From that day forward, age is calculated based on a person's actual birth date, just like most of the world. This means that almost everyone in the country became 1 or even 2 years younger overnight, depending on their birth date. The change was formalized through revisions to the General Act on Public Administration and the Civil Act, ensuring that all official documents and legal matters now follow this international standard. The shift to the international system represents more than just a technical adjustment. It signals South Korea's efforts to modernize while still honoring its culture. The transition was carefully planned, but it is not without challenges. Despite the official change, the traditional Korean age system remains deeply ingrained in daily life. Many people continue to use it in informal situations, in families, and among friends. Social hierarchies, cultural practices, and even casual conversations may still reflect the traditional way of counting age. This coexistence of old and new highlights the complex balance between modernization and cultural heritage. The public reaction to the change has been mixed. Many people welcomed it for clarity and practicality. It simplifies international travel, legal matters, and business dealings. It also helps eliminate confusion in situations where age has real-world consequences, such as school grades, military service, or healthcare schedules. On the other hand, some individuals express nostalgia and a sense of loss. The traditional age system is tied to identity and culture, and leaving it behind entirely is difficult for many. Social media has been filled with memes, discussions, and debates about this sudden age drop. Understanding how to calculate age in the old system versus the new one can help explain why this change matters. In the traditional system, a person's Korean age was calculated by taking 1 year plus the current year minus their birth year. In contrast, the international system simply counts age based on the actual birthday. This simple shift has far-reaching implications. influencing how birthdays are celebrated, how age hierarchies function, and even how people perceive themselves. The international age system also allows South Korea to align with global standards. Businesses, governments, and international organizations now have a single, universally understood system to work with. This alignment benefits not only administrative efficiency, but also social and cultural exchanges. Sports competitions, educational programs, and international events now have clearer rules and expectations regarding age. Despite the practical benefits, the change is also a fascinating example of how culture adapts over time. It demonstrates that traditions, while important, can evolve to meet modern needs. The traditional Korean age system is not disappearing entirely, it is simply taking on a different role. It will continue to exist in social settings, family gatherings, and cultural practices, even as the official legal framework adopts the international system. Looking ahead, the future of age in South Korea is likely to be a blend of old and new. Younger generations may grow up primarily using the international system, while older generations retain the traditional system for cultural purposes. Over time, social norms may gradually shift, and people will find new ways to honor tradition while embracing global standards. This change is a reminder that culture is not static. It adapts, evolves, and responds to the needs of society. From legal clarity to social identity, from tradition to modernization, the shift in South Korea's age system is a story that affects every individual. It is a story about history, culture, and the way societies navigate change. Whether you are celebrating a birthday, filling out an official document, or simply trying to understand social norms, this new system is now a part of everyday life in South Korea. And that's the full story about South Korea's age system and its historic transformation. We've explored centuries of tradition, the reasons behind the change, and the impact it has on millions of people today. If you learned something new, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to The Truth Travels for more videos, exploring fascinating stories from around the world. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.